Hey, welcome back for another edition of Fantasy Dream Homes, everybody. Well, today we're going to Perth, Australia. Okay, so let's head into Perth, Australia. And away we go to the mighty land down under. Okay, so there's Perth, the general metropolitan area, greater Perth area. And I'm just going to back out here just for a second. We're going to do a little geography lesson here real quick. So here we have Australia. Okay. And Australia consists of 6 states. And this map, I like this little map. It's pretty cool. So here you have Victoria. Tasmania is one of the states. Victoria, New South Wales, Queensland, South Australia, and Western Australia. Northern Territory is not actually considered a state, at least as far as they're concerned. And I can't explain why not, but it's not. So, and we're looking at Perth, so let's zoom back in. And you can see it's a coastal city, and right on the Indian Ocean, right? That is the Indian Ocean, is that? Yeah, because there's India right there. And, let's go back in. Few facts about Perth. Very interesting community. Why I chose Perth of all the Australian cities, I just don't feel like it gets enough publicity. So I feel like it's like the underdog city. So I tend to root for the underdogs. So, and hey, I'd love to see Perth. So Perth is the capital and the largest city of the Australian state of Western Australia. So we just saw the states. It's the 4th most populous city in Australia, with a population of just around a little over 2 million people living in the greater Perth area. It's about the same size as the U.S. city of Indianapolis. Perth was founded by Captain James Stirling in 1829 as the administrative center of the Swan River Colony. Indigenous Australians, they inhabited the Perth area for at least 38,000 years because of archaeological remains found at Upper Swan. And for those of you who don't know where Upper Swan is, because I certainly didn't, and it's actually just a zoned off area right above the Swan River area. So as you can see in red there, and that would be about back here on Google Earth, right about where the downtown area is, I suspect. Okay. Now the climate in Perth. Perth receives moderate, though highly seasonal, winter-based rainfall. Summers are generally hot and dry, lasting from December to March, with February generally being the hottest month of the year. I'm quoting Wikipedia here. Here's the problem I have with the description. February generally being the hottest month of the year, okay? Well, let's take a look at the charts here. So what we're looking at is the average high. The average high. Well, here we have the average high for February is 32.1 Celsius or 89.8 Fahrenheit, okay? But then here we have 32.3 in January and a 90.1 Fahrenheit. So how can they say February is the hottest month when January would be the hottest month? And that makes sense to me, and here's why. when you want to know whether it's winter in the United States or summer in the United States or winter in Australia or summer in Australia, just think 6 months, add or subtract 6 months, whichever you want to do. The hottest month in the United States is generally in July. So that means add 6 months, August, September, October, November, December, January. So the month of January would be the hottest month in Australia, or the hottest month generally in the southern hemisphere. Okay, so not hard to figure out. So somebody needs to fix that, and maybe one of our viewers in Australia, whatever, if you feel up to it, you can change this part in Wikipedia about the climate in Perth. Okay, so but you're looking at the temperatures. Not they, these are indicative of, say, almost any Midwestern city in the United States. So anywhere from, Denver, Colorado to maybe Omaha, Nebraska, Des Moines, Iowa. You're going to see a lot of these very similar temperatures to what you have here for the summer months. The summer months being June, July, and August in the United States. So now here's I love this shot of the city skyline. This is by one of the tourist bureaus. And this particular webpage, I think it does another great photo of the skyline in Perth. Okay. Perth offers all the essential ingredients for a great Australian holiday. Scenic beaches, bustling markets, quirky street art, expansive wineries, city parks, and amazing adventures. Following a major transformation that continues to deliver new hotels, bars, restaurants, and public spaces, Perth now boasts spectacular offerings for everyone to enjoy. So, and then these are real cool photos. I'm just looking at this photo going, dang, I had to get to Perth. And then they recommend this particular place, and I'll put this in the show notes. This particular article recommends where to stay in Perth, and I'd be curious to know what the name of the structure is. We also see it right here. What the heck is that thing? It's like these double arches, and it's cool looking. It's a cool piece of architecture, art or artwork. And they tell you where to eat and drink. And when you just look at these photos going, wow, that is stunningly beautiful. What I love to see this. So, and who doesn't love a farmer's market like this? I mean, I love walking through markets like this. So, to me, Perth would be a city worth seeing, This is the catch, and this is what's got to make tourism a real pain for the Tourism Bureau of Perth. Let's talk about flight times. Flight times from Perth to Sydney, 4 hours and 10 minutes, according to online resource. Now, that's about the same in the United States from flying Chicago to LA, although it's a little bit farther from Chicago to LA. It's 4 hours and 25 minutes. But when you start to look at getting to Perth from other parts of the world, so say if you live in New Zealand, Christchurch, New Zealand, you're looking at just over 8 hours. Perth to Hong Kong, about 8 hours. Perth to Honolulu, okay, now we're up to 16 hours. Perth to London, 17 hours. Perth to LA, 19 and a half hours. Perth to New York, 24 plus hours. It's actually more than a full day to travel from New York to Perth. So it happens to be at the end of Australia, which makes it a challenge for people to travel there. So the Tourism Bureau really has their work cut out for them. I mean, as far as beautifying the city, it looks like they're on the right path. But so now we know a little bit more about Perth. Let's check out our fantasy dream homes. So we're using the real estate site, realestate.com.au. Okay, and I'm this is the first one I happened upon, and so we used it. And I just searched for here anything over 6 million Australian dollars, and that's what we're looking at Australia. So we're talking about Australian dollars. So I looked at some of these homes, and they were okay. And the second one I liked. And let's zoom in on our property. See what we see. There's the Swan River, that giant body of water right there. And so these are angled lots, which kind of drive me crazy, but Perth's not the only city to do things like this. So here you got angle lot, angle lot, angle lot. Boy, these are really jammed in next to each other. That would be another thing that I personally would not like. Now, here's our driveway right here, and we're coming off the street right here. So let's take a look at our property. House number 1, and I'll post these on the video, but it is going for 3,450,000 Australian dollars. Okay, and it's 6 beds, 4 bathrooms, and I noticed that it's posting the on this website is posting everything in square meters. It doesn't post in acres, which I did not know that people did, but no problem. So 1,434 square meters, or about a third of an acre. Okay, it was built in, and I'm only guessing because there's no built date in this description. It was built in 2010. I got that from one of the first lines. It says Chantry House, and they actually named this house Chantry House, was custom built 8 years ago. Well, when was the listing posted? I don't know, but 8 years from when I'm doing this video, that would be about 2010. Okay. Indoor features floorboards, and I'm thinking, what's a floorboard? So I actually looked it up, and it's something we would simply call wood floors. Okay. These long floorboards. I mean, that's what they are. They are floorboards. But in the United States, we generally wouldn't call, at least list the feature as floorboards. We would just call it wood floors. Okay. Just pointing out a difference there. Going on to the description, it's modeled on 19th century Georgian Italianate boom-style architecture. Another thing I found interesting in the description, globally sourced antique fixtures of historical significance. See, now, this is why we need hover over. And I'm not saying Australia, realestate.com.au. I'm not saying them in particular. I'm saying all real estates, all websites all over the world need to have hover over, where you can hover over a fixture, like I assume they're talking about chandeliers. Hover over the chandelier, it'll give you the information of the historical significance. Because when we go through these photos are not going to do that. And then it says open plan living in alfresco spaces. Okay, so that means big open spaces. So let's start taking a look. And it is a beautiful piece of property. It's nicely gated off, but you can see into the property. I love the stone driveway, and actually it's not stone. Those look like tiles that are put down, because you can tell they're little square tiles. Love to get a closer look at them, but let's keep going. Okay, so this is the kitchen. Um, Drives me nuts. I hate this advertising banner here. It's like you're already trying to sell a product. Why are you confusing things with another product? I don't want to see it. So here is your kitchen, and I'll think here's there's some things I like about this kitchen, and some things I definitely don't like about this kitchen. Let me say what I absolutely can't stand about this kitchen, and that is this sofa, this couch right here. Get that thing out of the kitchen area. It doesn't belong there. It just doesn't even make sense. And the other thing I don't really like about the kitchen is it's a little too formal. I've never liked kitchens that are so formal that they have all this decorative detail here. I like that in other rooms. I just don't like it in the kitchen. Kitchen should be a little bit more rustic, in my opinion, or not rustic, but worker friendly or whatever. Like you actually plan on doing something there. But then there are things I really love about the kitchen. Nice colors. I like this door right here. That's a cool place for a door right in the kitchen. Again, you get way too much open space here. The couch needs to go. I would have brought this island over more and put seats here, But, then this, I'm assuming that this is a microwave, because here you have a range right back here. And I'm assuming that it has a large oven right there. So it's a microwave, and I'm guessing that's going to be a warming door. So let's go onward. Oh, no more kitchen shots? Are you kidding me? Let me go back. That's it? Okay. Now, this is the kind of room I like to see this in, this decorative ceiling design. And I love all along the walls here. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. Arched entryway. Very nice. And by the way, I know I'm not supposed to be looking at, decoration, but I love an area rug like this. It adds beauty to a room, decorative detail to a room. So instead of just having a big old beige or brownish, light brown carpet, break it up a little bit and put in a big area rug like they did here. That's good decorating. It's nice. Okay, so this is the same room, and now we're looking at the fireplace. These are great, big, long sofas or couches, depending on what you like to say. Really, really big. They're very welcoming, and this whole thing is a great conversation area. Love the drapes. Very formal, Not my decorating style, but definitely can appreciate all of this, all the detail up here, and formal dining room. That looks like a very antique piano. Okay, so this is more of what I would call a den or a study. Again, I love the drapes. I want to be able to close those, but I need to concentrate, and nice fireplace. Okay, so now we're in the outdoor property, and you can see there's a fair amount of gardening going on here, and landscape architecture. And this looks like some kind of gazebo, or I don't know how to describe this, or a pavilion. Obviously a children's room. Now what I find interesting here in is there's a staircase to the outside right here. And that's always a good idea if you have a subterranean basement. You need a fire exit, and this is exactly what they provided here. So this is an extra level of safety that I really like to see in homes. Now, I will tell you, the United States, and I don't know code for other countries like Great Britain or Australia or New Zealand or Canada. I'm pretty sure in Canada it's the same way. When you get into putting in a bedroom, or like this example, a children's playroom in a basement, anywhere where you're below ground level, you need what is called an egress door or an egress window, which essentially is a door or a window that is large enough, and the specific sizes are defined by the local business building codes in your area. So it's designed for safe entry or exit in case of an emergency. There are very specific rules that you have to follow to meet the requirements of your local building codes, so I would definitely refer you to your local city building inspector. But take a look at this. I mean, if you're going to have a child, and I love the way these people who built this home did it, if you're going to have a children's playroom and it's going to be in a basement area, what better place to put an exit, a safe exit, than in the children's play area? You want them to be able to get out as quickly as possible, and this is going to be the most likely area of the basement they're going to be in. So put the egress door, boom, right here, they're out the door. That is excellent building, excellent architectural design and who the builder. So that's what I really like to see. Put your children first, put their safety first. Always be thinking about this kind of thing when you're building their house. And I'll put more information in the show notes about egress doors and windows. Okay, so this is that theater room, and this is the room we were just looking in from over here. See, now we're looking into this room. Let's go back to it. And it's a real cool theater room. It's not overly done. It's very, it's simple, but I can imagine sitting in there wanting to watch a lot of movies in there. It's very relaxed feel to it. So that I really like. Okay, so we're back upstairs somewhere. And I love these arch entryways and the very high ceilings that you see up here. That's really nice. And a parquet wood floor. Very cool. And I like the carpeted staircase going up. It's, it's a really cool... It's not a dramatic staircase, but it's a very nice looking staircase. I really like it. Nice long hallway here. It's cool looking. And so now we're at the top of the staircase, and you got this really cool ceiling light going on here. Very nice. Plans. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. That's Jody Fuster. Thank you very much. Let's go on and look at our next house. So this second house is selling for $8,500,000 Australian. And it is going to have some exceptional waterfront views. It's 4 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, 3-car garage. It's listed as 928 square meters, which is not even quite a quarter of an acre. And again, we don't know what the build date is. And I don't know if this is an Australian thing, or if it's just the listing agents, or if it's a a thing that's being left out of this particular website. I don't know, but I think the building date is very important to know, and we're not seeing it on this website for either one of these properties we looked at. So it's located, waterfront property, located on the Perth Swan River, which is, that major river we saw from above. All right, let's take a look at our other property. And now we're going across the Swan River. And this is why you're going to pay the big bucks for this property. It happens to be located right on the tip of... It's right on the tip of what's referred to as Point Dundas, or it could be Dundas. I'm not sure. But you're going to have some absolutely stunning views. I mean, there's really not a lot else to be seen here. I mean, you're going to see, wow, this is going to be a cool place to live. Very cool place to live. You got this walkway, shared walkway along here. So you and I don't have a problem with that, but some people might have a problem with the fact that there's been lots of people on every single day walking by your property. So, and I just want to go down and see what we see from the street angle here. So that's looking down the street. Oh my gosh, these must be the real estate agents. They're waiting for the clients to show up so they can show the property. But let's look at our property here. And is that the and see, here's a public access walkway down to that walkway. All right, let's go back to our real estate listing, and I think we've seen what we need to see from that. So this is our real estate listing. Let's go over the facts of this house again. So it's 8.5 million Australian, basically. Okay. 4 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, 3-car garage, 928 square meters. We don't know when it was built. Huge sunlit loft with large north-facing balcony, which we use as games room, TV room, or for casual living with built-in bar. Gym, home theater room, 600-bottle basement wine cellar, and there's a lot more things that are listed here. They actually, I find it, I'm glad they list the Gaggenau kitchen appliances. It takes the mystery out of, like, what are we looking at there? Gaggenau is a very reputable, high-end kitchen appliance. I also ducted air conditioning. I like that because it means it's versus having room air conditioning. You're talking about central air, and to me, there's no comparison. You have to have central air with ducts all throughout the house. You have much better temperature control that way. So moving right along, and look at the views. I mean, you got to be kidding me. These are gorgeous views. So you have a little pool right here and a little jacuzzi or hot tub area right here. I mean, can you imagine sitting there and looking at this gorgeous scenery and just luxuriating in a nice jacuzzi tub? That would be amazing. These are the balconies that they said were north-facing balconies, and I want to look at Google Earth real quick to confirm that. Yeah, they're facing north, because here's your balconies shooting up that way. That's pretty much, it's not straight north, but it's, or is it? Those are pretty much going straight north. Okay, and this is obviously a video, which I'm not going to play, but there's another view, and that's a spectacular view. I would call that, wouldn't you? That's a spectacular view. And that has to factor in more than anything in this property and the price. Because it's sitting right at the tip, you're going to have unobstructed views of this riverscape, which is amazing. Okay, so this would be a front entrance. And a very elegant, but not overstated staircase. I love it. It's great. It's a beautiful, beautiful staircase. What a wonderful way to enter a home. Now there are your wide open spaces. Look at how much space is in here. You could go bowling on this carpet, for crying out loud. This is amazingly large. Love these big sliding glass door openings. Absolutely beautiful. And this view is knock your socks off view. It's absolutely amazing. I can't even imagine living in a place like this. Same room, looking the other way. Love this recessed and hidden lighting. Love the fact that you can't directly see it with your eyes. That is so much easier on the eyes, and it adds beauty to the room. It's absolutely beautiful. There's your kitchen back in there with a bar, open bar, and no matter where you are so far, you have views everywhere. So there's your kitchen again, closer up. And what I find a little bit strange, looks like they put oak cabinets, which really surprises me. For the I sort of expect to see oak in more middle class, upper middle class the most, but more middle class homes in the kitchen. And I like oak, but normally I wouldn't expect to see it in a high-end home like this. So, I mean, it's a beautiful kitchen. I hope we get more shots. Oh, that's too bad. What I was going to say is real limited cabinetry there, which tells me the people who live here aren't really going to do a lot of cooking. You know, if you were a serious cook, you would have cabinets all over the place, to store all your spices and your pots and pans and everything like that. But let's keep looking. So this is a bedroom. Don't know which bedroom. Is it the same bed? No, that's wrought iron right there, and that's a solid wood piece. So I'm guessing this is a master bedroom right here. This is, and with, again, absolutely stunning views. Incredible views. And I want to go back. What is over here? I want to see this. Show it to us. Listing agent. So here's your master bathroom. I'm thinking they could have done a better job with this window. You got this incredible view. You're going to put a master tub there. I think I want more of this corner used for views for the tub. But maybe there's structurally a reason why they couldn't do that. Hey, we have a bidet. You don't see these very often in bathrooms. Maybe that's more common in Australia. You definitely don't see a lot of them in the United States. And a regular toilet. Big sink, like that. I hope we get another view of the bathroom, but I'm not counting on it. Of course not. And again, this is going out onto a deck you can see right there. And instead of putting this full-size window, I probably would have opted for another double door or something. But that's just me. Workout room, fitness room. Nice. Oh, there's your spa, sauna, and your 4-car garage. I like the fact that they put a tile floor down. That's nice. Instead of concrete. Yeah, absolutely beautiful. I mean, it's gorgeous. I love the color. And that could be the the way the sunlight's hitting it. There's your master bedroom. It means you're gonna lay in bed and look right out at that spectacular view. Oh, this is quite an amazing property. Don't you love this? So this could be between buildings. One could be the garage, another could be part of the house. You have this long, beautiful plants walkway, long walkway with beautiful plants. And there's you're at the tip of the point. This is all your property right here. Wonder, can you imagine when the tides come in? I wonder how high this gets if it goes right up these rocks and below that walkway. Here's another house, and see they got their real estate sign out there for sale. It's a nice property. I'm talking that price, and as far as in terms of U.S., it's a very reasonable price for what you're getting. For these views, that's a slam dunk. That's a very reasonable price. Oh, look. See, I didn't see that before, but look at all this deck. You have all these lawn chairs and everything there in the shade underneath this patio. It's pretty cool looking. We'd like to see more photos of that closer up, but I bet we're not going to. So you have a big wall right here. That's what that tells you. So people that are walking by, you're not even going to notice them, because I think this wall right here is at least 4 feet tall, if not 6 feet tall. And over here for sure, this is 7 or 8 feet, so it wouldn't really bother you. So those are 2 Perth, Australia fantasy dream homes, and I hope you liked them. Well, those were some pretty fantastic fantasy dream homes, weren't they? In down under Perth, Australia. All right, so I want to tell you about our Pinterest page real quick, in case you're not a member there. Check us out. It's pinterest.com/fantasydreamhomes. And as always, we want you to become a member of this channel if you can. If you're not already, if you like what you see, hit the subscribe button down below and become a member of the Fantasy Dream Homes channel on YouTube. And lastly, as always, keep smiling. We'll see you on the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.